I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. We've got a full house tonight.
Boom.
Let's go, boys. How we doing?
Well, fantasy team just going down the toilet, so that's pretty
Whoa, hold on.
So usual.
Well, what'd you do today that was pretty big time that might have saved your season?
I offloaded Justin Jefferson. I pulled the trigger for Kenneth Walker and Deebo Samuel. So
for JJ and who?
Kareem Hunt. Yep.
And Danny, who won that trade?
Rio definitely won that trade.
He definitely won that trade. But you also made that trade prior to...
Yes, to the announcement that he could be out up to 6 weeks, if not the entire season. So I guess it was actually in the nick of time.
Yeah, just as a Vikings fan, I think Jimmer's in the same boat, but I figured he'd be out a lot longer than that anyway because we're not going to be winning. So there's no need to bring him back at 4 weeks at all. So...
Yeah, right now you're just in his ear about contract and tell him what the game plan is. Even if it's not Kirk, you need it because by the sounds of it, the reason why he didn't sign, there was a mega deal on the block. You heard that, right? There was a mega deal on the block that's been reported multiple times now, and he didn't sign it because first off, evidently he loves to play with Kirk. And he wants to know what the game plan is.
You get the ball all the time, fuck
yeah,
that.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And we know that's what it is because it actually hurts our other receivers because sometimes he focuses too much on one on that guy when he has 3 guys and you guys have dudes running beautiful routes over here.
Yep.
But regardless, he evidently turned that down until he knows what's going on. They don't know the answer on what they're going to do. Either that or they don't want to tell him. This is your time to sell him on, here's the deal. This is literally our game plan. Maybe you pull him in, you have this is a between us conversation because we want you to be our future, part of our future, right? Mm-hmm. This is that point where it's hey, we're going to try to do competitively, of course, but Caleb Williams or Drake May.
We'll see you 2 times a year. You're off to the Bears. We're taking
where his career will go to his shit.
We're taking Caleb Williams, and we're also taking their second pick too, and so we're going to take Marvin Harrison, and there we go.
That just brought an interesting question right there for me, for both of you. Is there any way that you would trade Justin Jefferson?
I mean, it's got to be something stupid, but
yeah, it would have to be insane.
It'd have to be something stupid. I mean, you're talking after draft picks already locked in, so you know what you're getting, right? Not know, but, we're sucking, so there's a chance of being a top 5. No, you're going after that. You're going after the Bears, who have the number 1 pick. Somebody guaranteed. So once the picks are locked in, then, I could see them going, okay, if I can get, their first 2 first rounds and, a first round and something else, maybe. I think a lot comes down to what happens with Kirk.
Yep.
What the fuck are they going to do there?
I think I think they waited too long. They should have had this quarterback in the shadows already. They should have worked out something in this last draft, whatever, whether you like this draft class or not, this last one of quarterbacks, but you should have worked on something to get a legit.
I think you do. I think honestly you do. You look yourself in the mirror. You got some young talent in the receiving core, but guess what? You need a quarterback. You need a running back, and you need line pieces. I mean, that's some big needs you need.
Only a couple line pieces, but yes.
Right, but
you have some of your center stones. Yeah,
you have a couple spots, but I mean, you need a guy on the line. You don't have a running back,
but you don't have a quarterback. But that's what I'm getting at. Maybe you can do that by trading.
Right. Then that's why I'm saying. I think depending on what you can look at, as long as you can.
What's the lowest you're taking for him? If he was a Cowboy.
Oh, dude, you're taking. I mean, I'm getting
The only way he leaves your team is
you're guaranteeing me a couple top 3 picks. I mean, at least, and then something else. I mean, I want to see 3 to 4 pieces come my way for him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Justin Jefferson is one of those rare individuals that like, so you're going to be able to shore up everything basically if you get rid of him, right? You can basically get all those pieces if you did it right.
Yeah.
If you scout right.
But then you miss that lightning. You don't have that anymore. So then what?
Then
you're a solid team, but you don't have that extra piece, and you need that. Right now, he's good enough to make us better than we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now we're going to be pretty good, but we don't. You need that. You know what I'm saying? So I almost don't think I would. The more that I think about it, I don't know if I would trade him at all.
So you'd pay him the max contract, whatever that money is. So it's going to be the highest paid wide receiver, right? You're paying.
Oh
that.
yeah, he's going to be the highest paid. For
yeah.
sure.
Well, I mean, I know he will be, but you're paying that without batting your eyes, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
The more I thought about this, they better have a game plan, and I want you to roll it out for me too.
Right.
I want to hear your game plan if you're trading this man.
Right.
But I could, if you had the perfect game plan and what the shot is or whatever the potential is, maybe it is, because we draft receivers pretty well. We do pretty well in the receiver department, and he is a very special player. He's the best wide receiver in the league. I've said that many times. His route running is next to almost none. Maybe a Cooper Kupp is right there with the route running, right? Mm-hmm. But he makes every stupid play. You can have 3 on him, and he can go do a Moss mode on you. Right. And they know he's getting the ball. He's like Travis Kelce, right? They know he's getting the ball, and they still can't stop it, right?
Right.
So, but what you can get in return for that,
right? I know.
Here's
the thing: a young quarterback, is he going to take those chances? Right? Is he going to always throw it to him? He's going to love his tight end. He's going to love his running backs. So maybe you pay the guy, and then you get, I don't know. Maybe you chance it.
You'd help it with a young quarterback.
You don't get Kirk back, and you have to chance it on, an early quarterback who's not one of the top ones, and then you have a guy who's not good, right, missing everything. And
so you weren't here the other day when we rolled. Do you think the Bears move on from Justin Fields?
Yeah.
You think they're drafting because they're going to end up with the number 1 pick of some way, form, or facet, depending on, because they own Carolina's pick.
I think I think they felt that they've gotten him a shot at producing. Right. I mean, he's had a couple good games. I mean, I could definitely see them moving on after this year. So
they're getting Caleb if he enters the draft. Otherwise, it's Drake May.
Yeah, you're going all in on. And I think it's something where they may keep him till after the draft, because you have to be sure he's coming out.
Yeah.
The boy's coming out, because you could decommit or whatever. And it's kind of like we talked about all those wide receivers going for cheap. Everybody showed their hand too early, and they went for pennies, right? Well, you have to sit on it, keep it tight, close to your chest. Okay, he is committed to the draft. Okay, start chatting with other teams. Who's not going to be. If fucking. Let's talk about the Buccaneers, right? They're playing well, then they're not going to be up there for one of those good quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Here's Justin Fields, or something like that, a guy you can help develop or something, I don't know.
I don't think they're the worst team in football. That's the problem.
The Bears?
Yeah.
Right, but they own Carolina's. Who is?
No, like it's early in the season is what I'm saying. I still think Arizona's going to end up being the worst team in football. The way New England's playing, they could fucking very well be the worst team in football. Like, I guess what I'm saying is I don't even know if they're going to be bad enough to end up where they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's some strategic tanking going on.
So they do have Carolina's.
They have Carolina's, which Carolina is
Carolina's bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even if Arizona does get that, you're banking on, and try to take your hatred out of this, you're banking on them moving on from Kyler.
Oh, yeah. I think they are for sure moving on from Kyler, too.
Then why didn't they get rid of him a little sooner? Because they, sealed the deal for his contract after a week.
They're so poorly run, dude.
Yeah,
they don't know what the fuck
they don't know what the fuck
they're like, hold on, there was a deadline here? What's up?
Right. Well, and here's the thing, too. You can't – I don't think you can trade a player who's injured, so,
Well, if they agree upon it, they can. I'm almost 99% certain. Like, they have to know everything that's coming from it. Their physicians to look at it. But they did nothing. They let it go. And knowing that the contract would be a sealed deal after what was it, week 5 or was it 6? Basically, as soon as he hit IR, he had to play the very next game after he came off IR. But he's getting the money regardless.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
I think they definitely move on. But here's the thing. That's where, and I think they're going to hold on to him too. you got to make sure, especially after Caleb Williams come out and said that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I might not come out if the right team's not there. Like, are we the fucking right team or not? I think right now
there's a lot of teams that are probably looking themselves in the mirror, like, hold on, are we the
Arizona's
right team?
so poorly run. I think we're not it. Like, but and here's
Chicago's the same, right? Poorly run.
Yeah, they're
like,
pretty poorly ran.
They're poorly run. I did like the coaching system to finally let old boy sling it though. Like they finally unhooked him. Like, hey, throw this fucking thing, and he's lit it up. I know they melted down in that one game, but he lit it up.
Yeah.
He got the dub the next game, and he lit it up. So, I mean, that was at least a good call. But yeah, they're kind of in the same boat. But
Traditionally,
I don't think
Arizona's worse.
Yeah,
Arizona's
Arizona's. I think Arizona, from the coach to everything, is up, and that's why I think they could definitely be like, hey, we're getting Caleb Williams, we're tanking everybody else too. Like, brand new coach. Here's your quarterback. Do everything.
Can we think about that for a second? Let's act like it is at the end of the season. Arizona ends up with that number 1 pick. How many number 1 quarterback picks would that be in the last decade for them? 3? Because didn't they do back to back? Number 1.
No, the other one was a second round pick.
Well, they went.
The quarterback you're thinking of was a second round pick. He was high end second round pick.
Who's that?
It wasn't first round.
He wasn't first round.
Rosen?
Yeah, Rosen. He was a second round pick.
I thought he was the 9th pick in the draft.
Was it? I swear to
I
God,
thought
he
he
was
was
second
like
round.
9th or 10th.
He definitely
I
wasn't
thought he was
first
in
though. Is what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure.
For
We'll
some
look.
reason, I thought he was like the first or the 9th or 10th pick in the draft, but I could be wrong.
And I guess I
Maybe
said
he
first,
maybe he was, but he said
first
first.
round.
Yeah. 10th overall pick. My bad. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it would be 3. I'm more
Fucking
curious.
wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
It is, and that's how bad you know they are, right? But what scares me is I don't want Kyler.
Oh,
That
fuck
sounds
yeah,
really
you're
bad,
going
but
there.
anyone
Damn it,
searching
yeah.
for your young quarterback may jump on that bullshit. I don't want a dude that isn't passionate and blames everybody else.
And it's probably going to be a discount at what rates
Right.
are going today. Yeah.
Right, so they would take the flyer on that shit, and they would think they're pairing him up with Justin Jefferson.
You know what? We'll trade you Dak. Okay, for
I would
Justin
take-
Jefferson
take-
straight up. Okay, straight
And
up,
I don't know about
nothing
straight
extra.
up, but I would I would definitely, dude. If you're gonna roll with Dak, you might as well roll with Kirk at that point.
Trey,
Yeah.
we trust.
You know,
You're
quite
ready
honestly,
first.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
but that scares me. That scares me. Like the conversation you guys are talking about, that really scares me because that would be something stupid Minnesota would do. We're a good run organization, but we're so desperate for quarterbacks. We do the dumbest fucking decisions on quarterbacks. We trade away draft picks, high end draft picks, to try it on the hopes. Remember, like a Sam Bradford when old boy went down, Teddy
Yeah.
Bridgewater. We gave away all kinds of shit because we're so desperate for a quarterback
Yeah.
that we can't. You know what I'm saying? And or we tried to lure him, and we did. We got Kirk, but he wanted so much money at that time that we couldn't surround him with the pieces that his deficiencies are. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he needed to take a hometown, or not a hometown. He should have taken a discount right out of the gate. Like, hey, and he did. He took one compared to what the Jets offered, but he should have taken even more. Like, hey, I need this and this because I already know I have this problem. Right? This scares me because if it goes what you guys are saying, I'd rather roll with the Justin Fields, I guess, but definitely not a Kyler.
Yeah.
There's no right world in here where I'd want Kyler starting quarterback for my favorite NFL team.
No, I think that sucks. I'm the biggest Kyler hater in this room, right? But
Obviously.
it's way more realistic that happens than we get like fucking Caleb Williams or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're gonna be that bad, but we're not gonna be good the rest of the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is there any chance though? Because he has made it clear, right? Him and his dad, or his dad for sure, who's
made it
talking
clear.
for him,
Yeah.
very clear. Is there any way that the Bears maybe just suck up some of our draft picks and give us the number 1 pick then? Depending on what we offered for it, like a bunch. I mean, it'd probably take even a little more because it's in division, but like you can't walk away from that and not grab the best quarterback. Well, he doesn't want to come to you, so he's not going to enter the NFL draft then. You know what? We'll trade the first round pick, the number 1 pick. We have to have a game plan. I'm trying to decipher what the fuck it is, and if it isn't that, then Kwesi needs to go then, because I don't know what is going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it is weird, especially they come out and we can just go back. And that's the thing. That's where Neil is gonna come into play against some of these teams. Like he's right. You can make more in that 1 year in college than you can come in your 4 years as a
Especially in California, right?
NFL. So yeah, he's gonna rake in tons of money. So why go if it's not you don't feel it's the right fit,
right? Or it could kill your career, right?
Or hey, you know what? And that's the chance he's got to take too. You could go to the Browns where it's it's a QB killer, So you never know.
It could be that it looks like Denver is gonna sell all.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right.
Denver's
Did
going
you
to be
guys see
selling.
that too?
Yeah, Russell Wilson will be back as the reports.
Yeah.
They're basically going to sell everybody but Patrick, and there's one more. Couldn't remember.
They leave Surtain, right? Is what you're talking about?
Yeah, Patrick, and there's one more name that come out that said is untouchable as well.
Chubb? Is he still there? Am I having a brain fart with that?
Didn't he go
No,
to
he went to
Miami?
Miami.
He went to Miami. You're right.
Yeah, there's one more name I'm not recalling right now. What the fuck?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do know that they've already let go of 2 pass rushers, right? It looks like they're going to hit that too. Okay, 2-part question. Number 1, where's Russell going next year then? I want an early prediction. And then secondly, what can they do? There's a lot trying to get to Caleb. Are you sold on any other quarterback right now outside of Caleb that you would feel 100% comfortable coming into your building? Because he needs a quarterback that is competent. Sean Payton does. Right? We were talking about this the other night. Maybe we overhyped, or in our own head we overthought that Sean Payton was better than what he actually was. You had Drew Brees forever, and your team wasn't dominant for that long. Like he had a couple years where he was like the cream of the crop.
Makes you think about Belichick and Brady, really, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
but yeah, what are we thinking there, gentlemen?
I think it depends on some other teams. Like, give me the Lions. They have all the talent in the world. And you kind of have a question mark at quarterback, right?
They love Jared, though.
They do love Jared. But if they don't do anything, right, or they stumble, whatever the case may be,
in the playoffs,
they could be looking to make a change, right? Because he's shown he's just kind of a mediocre, let my other guys do it kind of quarterback play. And, so I think, something like that with other teams kind of comes into play there. I wouldn't be surprised.
For Russell?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions slip up. They look to make a quarterback change, bring somebody else in, and they're going to be too good. They're not getting one of those top quarterbacks, obviously, and they have tons of talent.
Yeah.
The defense is finally kind of, got pieces. So,
yeah.
I mean, their time isn't within the next 3 years, right?
Yep.
So they're going to look for a veteran quarterback that can lead them over the hump if Jared Goff can't get it done. So that's, something like that. I don't know. Depends on, if Matthew Stafford's done, he might, he could end up out there.
Start doing a little bit of a little Baker Mayfield thing.
Yeah,
maybe
bouncing around, yep. Guys, I mean, if you can't do it we can't make it work with Pete Carroll, now Sean Payton, like, who are you going to make it work with? You kind of just got to fit in the system, hope you get a bunch of weapons around you,
Do the Buccaneers have to worry about a quarterback anymore?
Yes, 100%.
I didn't know if forget. Dude, didn't know if they found their franchise quarterback, and he might have found a spot himself.
This is the best he's ever played.
It is,
right?
Yeah, people are just
if not, then definitely what was that? His second season with the Browns. Mm-hmm. It's like right there. Is that what it was? The second season?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think you still look for somebody. I don't think you want
still
Kyle
not sold
Trask
on that
as your number 2. Baker's starting to get up there. I don't know. You could be, it could be like a Seattle thing. He goes there,
unlocks
something, and then kind of gets himself a little mini extended contract. So,
yep,
could be.
I'm stuck on the Giants for Russ.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Oh yeah, that's the wife thing, right?
Yeah,
the New York thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny Dimes isn't playing up. He doesn't have a normal quarterback contract. It's not too crazy.
No, well, it is, but it
is for him, but it's not.
But isn't it like something to do with like it wouldn't hurt them if they cut him or something, like way less dead money, something weird?
Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on.
So you're thinking with the Giants already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any quarterback besides Caleb though?
No.
None where you try to.
But with him, the confidence is so fucking high that he could walk into any team. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those.
Well, I just meant for the Broncos because I don't think the Broncos are going to end up with the number 1 pick. So they're going to go quarterback hunting. Which one are you going for?
They could end up with him.
Drake May, you have the Washington quarterbacks who's fucking lighting it up. Bo Nix continues to put out big numbers. He's going to be up there. Just kind of I think it depends on where you end up.
You have any love for Shador? Even if
he
he
won't
does,
come out.
I don't think he will come out.
No, he won't.
Because his dad wants him to stay, and that's all it needs.
No, man. No.
So no one that you're banking on that. I got you.
No, I think
you're not a big Drake May guy.
I like him, but I wouldn't. No,
Okay.
not that high. No, I don't think I would want him to be.
I like that Washington quarterback. Bo Nix has shown something else this year too. I know they're saying Quinn Ewers up there in the first round, and he may go just because they sexified quarterbacks. I just don't know about that one either. But here's the thing too. Caleb Williams just looks so good, like he makes everybody else look that bad.
He does look
right.
Yeah.
So you're like thinking of the crown jewel,
right?
Well,
Exactly.
I'm just trying to give you if the crown jewel decides not to go into the draft, what is the crown jewel then?
I don't know. I mean,
I have a big thing for Drake May. I do.
Like Drake May. I like that Washington quarterback. I know he's left-handed.
I did.
Stuff like that.
I do too. It's just like I told you. I'm very skeptical about his knees because he's had many knee injuries. He came from Indiana, right?
Yep.
And he helped revitalize that university when he was there. But knee injuries, boom, 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 and don't know. And he's getting up there in age too when it comes to quarterback coming out. And it isn't like it would hurt my feelings if he ended up with like my team or anything like that. It's just like. Don't know if that's a for sure slam dunk with the age in the knees,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm curious to see if Bo Nix keeps this up too. He's been lighting it up all year, He's done that and then fallen apart. So let's see if that comes back or not.
Yeah. I'm not as big on Drake as you. He
I'm
deserves
not
to be a
either.
first round quarterback.
He'll
I think,
be a first round quarterback. Yeah.
Not that high, man. I wouldn't reach.
Yeah.
I would like me some Drake May. I'm calling it now, even though I shouldn't call it because
Trade you Trey Lance, baby.
UNC quarterbacks.
Trade you Trey Lance right now.
I wouldn't mind Trey Lance, but especially with Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Like if it was with our old coach still, no, fuck no, because he needs an offensive mind that can see what his potential is, what his strengths are, and roll with that. And it'd be awesome with Kevin, but that'd be
potential.
The potential,
100%. Yeah,
potential,
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Well, they're huge on Jaron Hall. Maybe we already have our future quarterback on the roster.
There you go.
But
That's the spirit. That's why I say the same thing about Trey Lance. God.
What do you guys think about what Deshaun Watson's doing right now? Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Can't get in to get his massages, so
last week he was cleared to play, but he said
not to.
I'm not going to play.
Couldn't play, and so it turns out I guess some of the locker room was upset at him. Which that one I'm like, okay, if you really truly think like, hey, I'm hurting doing this, whatever, and
something
I can't,
don't feel right.
Yeah, then I need to let the better guy maybe play and get my chance team to win. But then he's doing again.
Yeah. He was not only cleared last week, he's still cleared.
Now you're cleared 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So you should be good, right?
So what is his injury? I haven't even seen this gentleman.
I think some of the shoulder. Yeah.
Is it throwing shoulder?
I think that I'm not for sure, but I think it's some with the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's over football. Maybe he got that big fatty contract, and that's
set a year.
Yeah.
2 years, whatever it was.
Yeah, and he got that.
It's kind of like, you know what? This fucking
because he had a decent
football
game the
thing
last
sucks.
game he did play.
Decent.
Yeah. I'm not top three
right.
quarterback pay.
And he's used to losing, so that wouldn't bother him.
No.
So maybe he's just like, you know what? This fucking playing thing sucks.
Yeah.
Because they're competitive still.
Oh, 100%. That defense is legit, right? Like
Right.
they've got some talent on the offense. A really good running back when he's not broken.
That can't feed the locker room very well.
Oh yeah.
Like, hold on, dude. You were already gone all last year.
It come out that
You're kind of a piece of shit before that.
The players in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like,
You got paid that much money and you're gonna sit out, bro?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
see, that's where I do have a problem. Strap that shit up.
Right, you're about to
said that many
you're
times,
about to get
right?
the Geno Smith treatment. And he got in
Yeah,
New York.
Geno Smith would literally lop off his fucking leg and still play. I really do believe
like
that.
when he got punched by his teammate.
Yeah, when he got punched by his teammate, yes. But I just mean
broke his jaw.
You're right.
You about to get the Geno Smith.
Boom. Well, he'll get it by Myles Garrett, helmet-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
Motherfucker called me an N-word. Hold on, what? But my point is, like, guys like that, though, they're just not. I don't know. He's a different person. Like I said, Gino. Do you seen how chippy he got? He took a dirty shot on the sideline, right? And he made sure he got a flag later on because he wouldn't leave it alone. Because he kept fucking chirping about it, right? The way that dude's had to come up and like everything up against him, and he didn't pan out, didn't look like it was going to, and finally his build. People like that, I guarantee. Dude got hurt in that game, came back out.
Yeah, came back out.
And it's tendon shit. It was only a 3-year fucking deal. It isn't like it's like it's a 7-year. We're hooking up
like
to you forever.
We're 100% committed to you. Really, we're.
Right,
you did well enough to give yourself some, some more prove it time. So
absolutely, and it's not a contract that hurts the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? So he came out, he still came back out there and fucking stretched the shit out, did whatever he had to do to make sure he got back on that field again. Is my point. And you have a dude that is, if it's his throwing shoulder, I'll leave it alone because maybe he feels something, but he should be making that very clear. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care if I'm cleared. Maybe they're clearing me because of how much I make. I'm telling you my arm is fucked right now. I need a minute. Then be clear about that.
Yeah, because you got to protect guys from themselves, too. Like, what game was that where the Saints, Carr played when he shouldn't have, and Gino came in and threw one pass, one interception. So that game when Carr shouldn't have played, he could not throw the ball further than like 5 yards, and it was really obvious. I think his average pass was something like under a yard, like as far as it was like point something yards. It was so bad, and it just hurt the team. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't. There's a balance. You got to find that middle ground of like play through shit, but not all, fucking make the team lose because of you too.
Yeah. By the way, sources say Big Kirko, who comes dripping like this, will not waive his trade clause.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird.
Well,
is that weird to you? To me, it is.
I think once you get so far, like, he's got a family.
He's a very committed guy, right?
Right. He's fully on board, committed. I think he wanted to be in Washington. Washington was kind of ready to move on, but like his whole family's up there. Kids, all that kind of deal. Like, yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe that's what
like I said, I make fun of him in that little. In the quarterback series, but like you can just tell like how committed he is to the city, to the team, to the ownership. So yeah, he won't until he's forced to, after this year.
Danny,
which is a shame because I think Atlanta is a quarterback away from really making noise.
Atlanta,
they got tons of talent. Oh my god, tons of fucking talent.
That's what I'm saying. Interesting spots would be like a Kirk Cousins. Why not in Atlanta, who's run based? Their defense is bouncing way up, and you have weapons around there. You have a receiver, you have a tight end, that it doesn't even get used.
Right,
you have a
couple of running backs. Like, yeah, you have plenty of weapons.
Like that one would be, and it's warm. It's a dirty South, baby.
Dirty South. So. He says he likes some chicken, right? We all saw that commercial. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So that one surprised me. I'm surprised he doesn't.
There was another one somebody put out. I can't remember what it was, but Atlanta. I think Atlanta's a quarterback away from really. Contending, at least for the division. So
yeah, I like Atlanta. We talked about this the other night. Mm-hmm. I think Tampa would be a really good spot too.
Oh yeah,
I think especially.
Baker's
not big on Baker.
I'm not big on Baker, but he's why get rid of him? Guys are playing up for him. Like I think Tampa wouldn't do it the way the guys are playing up for Baker.
Yeah,
the guy's leading the team. Regardless, or if I think he's talented enough to be that, the guys are playing for their quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's elevating their game, and the same vice versa. So I don't think that would happen unless they just started not winning. Maybe it'd be a push to do something like that, but because I think they come into the season saying they wouldn't really do much.
Right.
Personally, I don't think they're kind of like, okay, we're just trying to make it through the season and see where we end up for a quarterback. Test and see out if we have a quarterback,
right?
So I think Baker's just kind of been a really nice surprise.
Yeah, agreed.
You brought this up. You sent me a picture or an article. What is going on with USADA in the UFC?
Yeah, that shit's wild. I guess if you just want to cut to the point.
Mm-hmm.
They want Conor to be able to fight within 6 months, and he would have to wait the mandatory 6 months if USADA was there.
What's the one they're trying to get him in? 300?
Now, 300 is the one. I think that's going to be the big one, yeah. But there's a huge falling out between them and the UFC.
Like USADA wouldn't lift off that 6-month thing, right?
Right.
That's what it was.
Yeah. That's the big. There was more. I couldn't find more details, but Dana was bitching about a bunch of shit. So there was definitely a lot more, but it's
Why keep riding the Conor train? Like, what, they think get another big payday off of him? Like, dude hasn't won a fight in forever.
Right.
People
He's
still,
not, I mean,
people
people
still pay
pay
for it.
people-
That's what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
He's out. We just talked about this the other night, right? Or someone else was telling me maybe. He's what is he doing? He's doing something for his training, high altitude training. I'm like, leave it to fucking Conor. This is exactly what my statement was. Leave it to fucking Conor to not work on the ground. Your problem has been on the ground, dude. Yeah. That has been. You're not.
To be fair, I mean, I hear lots of guys do that. They go.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying I have a problem with these things, but you're not working on the. We all know by far his biggest weakness. Yeah. It is like if he gets to the ground, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he touches the ground, that's the first thing I think. I'm like, he's losing. If he can't get back up, and he doesn't have a good defensive or counter to get himself up off the mat more times than not, anyways.
Right.
And you're worried about.
You can be confident. I mean, as much as you want to say, I'll just get right back up, but it's shown that he hasn't.
Right.
Can't.
You know,
won't,
and that's my point. He's turned into. I don't know why he just doesn't give up on the UFC part, just go to boxing.
You think I know it's a lot of him, but like everyone buying into it, and I would say, do you think it's hurtful to him, his team not being real with him? Like, dude, like, okay, like let's pull all this rank. It's nice to be confident and be like, I'm this and I'm that, I'm this good, but like, at what point you're like, okay, we got to pull this back. Let's just stay quiet and work on some shit.
I don't think you can tell Conor shit. I think he's at the point where he's not. He don't
make too much money.
You tell him, you tell him something. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Like, yeah, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think he's been like that for quite a while. That's true. So I'm gonna say yes. And he must not respect anyone in his camp enough. I'm not saying he doesn't have any respect for him, but enough to where he's like
somebody's had
to center him, to be like, hey, listen, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is what you're missing. This is what you're doing. You're still not.
Right.
You know,
be confident as you want, but if you can't,
and maybe he does, and like you said, maybe someone isn't even saying it at all. That means you have a bunch of yesers.
Right.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you need to point out the fucking bullshit. Like, you can have the most perfect game or look like you have the perfect game going on. Fight, doesn't matter. I'm using more of a football thing. Like, hold on, let's go back to the tape. There's plenty of shit you can work on. It might have looked like you were perfect. You were not.
Right.
Right? And he must not have anybody in his ear. He's still a draw. Like, of course, I'd still watch Conor too. I'd be the sucker, one of the suckers paying for it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason, dude. Dana's blinded by that. He wants to make that last big fucking check.
I think it's his last. You know? Isn't it his last fight?
I think he has 2. I want to say 2 more.
I don't know. Something inside of me says they're like the last one will be like Conor and Diaz. Like they'll reel it in for the last.
They want that one.
They want that trilogy. They want it to happen bad. So I think whenever that happens, that could be the end of.
That would be huge. Yeah.
That'll be you know, because if he doesn't start winning, he's going to be irrelevant. Well, that's their one last ticket, I think. You know, after say he comes out against whoever fucking loses, right? They probably got one more in him. That fight,
right?
There.
We can't be dude. We can't be sitting here having you chalk up some losses, and you're actually losing pretty badly in some of these now.
Right.
You know, like
or finished it early or whatever. Yeah, like it's not
the broken leg. You can blame all you want, but I mean, he was early in that game. He was early in that fight where he looked okay. Okay is a very strong word, and I'm a fan of him. And then that was all Poirier, and then the leg snap was the cherry on top. That he's not even on that level anymore. You know what I'm saying? To me, he's not even on like Poirier's level.
Yeah, and it's hard once you. I mean, I imagine, obviously, I don't have this money, but once you make all that money, then you have to lay off and sit around for a while. Like, how do you re-up yourself to be, like, train that hard again, be that good again, you know? Like, so I can get, but to just be like, I'm the best on it, well, you're not. No. And it's been proven over and over again.
Yeah. The best thing he had, because he didn't have a ground game at all, was that left, right? When you have that kind of power to just knock people out in a second.
Well, no, it was his mouth.
Well, okay,
right? Because
that's fair.
that was his game. I talk so much shit. When we get in there, you forget about your game plan. You just want to hit me.
That's true.
Right? And then he was excellent boxer, right?
Yeah.
So then boom, 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 light people up. Well, then
So
people
1A
stop playing.
So
that mind
so
game.
1A 1B then because his knockout power he plays into his.
Yep, he is. But he just that mouth took everybody out of their game plan. As soon as you wanted to go in there, I'm gonna get my
And once
hands
people
on it.
stopped getting getting past that shit,
They started this is my game plan. I'm wrestling jiu-jitsu and I'm beating them up on the ground. That's what started happening. People started doing that. Over and over,
for sure.
You know?
And even in that last fight against Poirier, like he was doing pretty good with his hands, but there was not the power wasn't the same at all.
No.
You could tell he wasn't really phased by what was going on.
Well, that's what
if that
roids
was
do.
6
now.
years ago,
Right.
he should have knocked him out with one of those, right? But it's not there. He's not in it, man. It's just the money.
Money's there. He's made his dollar.
Yeah,
Quite a few of them.
quite a few.
Oh shit, man.
But anything else you guys want to chat about?
You got any picks for tomorrow?
Colorado's big meltdown. That was crazy.
shit.
I didn't get to watch it, so you guys would have to tell me
I
about
didn't
it.
get to watch it either. I fell asleep, but I saw it up 29-0.
Oh yeah, you talk the quarterback.
29, yeah. So up 29 Rock. They're all smiles going to halftime. Allegedly, on Shooter's Instagram account, they were at halftime. They were somebody, either him or whoever runs it, was posting like apparel website, whatever. You can buy a merchandise link, whatever it was. Yeah, like and not a good look, especially coming out and they lose in double overtime.
Okay. Which look is worse though? That one or the Oregon tape where you watched you seen that, right?
What?
The pregame before Oregon versus Colorado.
Yeah, I did.
And all those players talking shit and being like, they were being disrespectful, like grade A disrespectful.
That was pretty bad.
That's even beyond what Prime does. Like that isn't even Prime. So I don't understand why he allows that to happen.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
I love Oregon's coach. Like he's like, they're here for clicks, we're here for wins, and like even the halftime speech, I can't remember what it was, but it was awesome. He's like, yeah, we're not done yet. We're still,
Bo Nix is like, it's still 0-0. Like you saw like energy in him that was like stupid. Like we're kicking their teeth
he's like,
in.
yeah, we're not done yet. We're not satisfied.
Yeah,
I love it.
But which one's more to you?
Well, so here's the thing.
Because Shador was part of that too. Part of that Oregon
he's
one.
100%. Yeah. So that I'm taking that one because so many people do have somebody else running their Instagram accounts or the social media in general. So it could have not even been him. It could have been his marketing team, whatever, being like, hey, we're up. People are probably paying attention to us, right? Let's shuffle it out. If it was Shador, bad look, right?
Yeah,
especially after the meltdown. So I'll take the before the Oregon game, especially how it come out, what the score was. But
yeah, it's like the kids have they try to act like Prime, or to your point, overextend that, but they haven't earned that.
No,
you know what I mean. He does that because of who he is.
Try to take on your coach's personality, but you're not there yet.
But they don't know how to do it. Number one, but number two, they're not there.
They're not there
both.
Yeah,
because that isn't even Prime. Like some of the shit I was watching, like that, listening to that, like that isn't even Prime.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't be sitting there laughing at the quarterback stretching. You saw that one, right? It was like the defensive lineman, like sitting there, like laughing or chuckling or some shit. I'm like, that same quarterback that you definitely not going to try to piss off the dude like that, like you're mocking him before you play him.
right.
Who's also lighting it up this season against your shitty ass defense.
Right.
So the one dude that can do that, you want to go piss him off. That isn't Sanders, is my point. You know,
and,
that isn't Deion.
The craziest thing that Travis Hunter, who's looked so good, first game back, did catch a touchdown, but he's the one who gave up that score, and like it was a highlight reel. Caught it on his back. I mean, he was.
That's right.
Actually, it could have been a flag on him. They didn't call it because old boy caught it anyways, but like he didn't look back for the ball or whatever, and caught it around him on his back or whatever. So awesome catch. Definitely could have been a flag, but yeah. So
I saw a video where he got spanked a couple times. I don't know if missing practices and all this stuff is kind of hurting him a little bit, but
probably
he got spanked by that receiver a couple times. Now a couple of them, like the pass wasn't there.
Yeah, second half, yeah.
Okay.
First half he had nothing. I think second half he ended
No, I mean even with the I'm talking about like he just got spanked on the route. Like the ball, like there was I saw videos where he's getting spanked on the route. One of them where the quarterback just flat out missed the receiver, but he was by Travis Hunter by a mile. You know, like stuff like that. Like
yeah, that it was crazy that I can't remember his name. The receiver he had no catches in the first half and ended up with 13 for 200 and something yards and 3 tutties, plus the winning one in overtime.
Jesus.
Is Hunter still playing both sides of the ball?
Yeah, because he got a touchdown, yeah.
I feel like you got to just pick one at this point, man. Like, if you're subpar, maybe it's your receiver, whatever, you know?
We talked about, like, that's just, you just can't keep that pace up.
Yeah.
It's too physical game these days, too.
The speed is insane.
Yes.
Right? Because a lot of these teams now run, like, fast offenses. Like,
Right,
get up and, like, you're getting more plays off per game than whatever
and
used
if you're
to be.
playing both sides, it's just, you're wearing down your body so fast. Even if you're like, okay, I'm all right, it's still taking a toll on your body.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know.
Yep. Let's go over some picks.
Some NFL picks for this weekend. Sure.
You guys worried about the Chiefs at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
19-8. They're not missing anybody either. I mean, Kelsey did just fine. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't know if.
Yeah. I don't know. Something's not right. Well, I think it's just come to like how much Tyreek did for that offense. We always talking about schoolyard football. Danny, I think, said it one time, is perfectly. What would happen was Tyreek would run the top off the defense, and then everybody was basically just running free underneath.
Yeah.
So it was pick. And then when they tried to come up underneath, right?
We started getting some tape on this.
There was something that come out that Tyreek wouldn't run any of the routes right. He would just basically cut somewhere and then take off of, downfield. Yeah. And that's how
that makes sense, because didn't he say he doesn't watch game tape?
Yeah. That's where a lot of their touchdowns come, that he would run half the route and then he'd just break upfield. And that's what
that makes sense.
He would just
makes sense.
boom.
Actually, a lot of his
He would
highlights
just basically
that, right?
run part of the route and run to the open, whoever the other guy wasn't, So, here we go. Ravens, Titans is my first one.
Okay.
It has Baltimore favored by 5.5. Oh, this is an international series, so this must be overseas.
Oh, in the morning then. God, I hate
8:30
Do you guys hate those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate them for fantasy. Like, what if something happens, like they step off the plane and you're fucking sleeping? You know what I mean? They twist their ankle or some shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Me, I am rolling Ravens. And I'm rolling Ravens to cover the 5.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upset here. I'm gonna go Titans are gonna win this by a field goal. I think it's gonna be a Derrick Henry game.
They said they're gonna keep not limiting, but keep preserving him.
Yeah, keep reserving.
Yeah, not if you want to win football games.
No, right. I know that.
Shut the fuck up with that.
All right. Homeboy must not like his job.
All right. Yeah,
split it.
Give me the Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens here. They can take kind of control that division, start controlling that division here now, so they know how important this is. I think they play and they cover that 5.5.
There we go.
They play hard and cover that 5.5, boys. I think
big fantasy points.
This might be low scoring.
Yeah,
this might be a
weird, hideous game.
Tighter game, but I do think they win by 7-10.
Okay.
I have Commanders and Falcons up next, and this has Atlanta favored by 2.
Oh, and that's only because it's at Atlanta. This one's tough. Everything tells me Falcons haven't. I don't know, for some reason I have a soft spot for the Commanders because that defense and shit, but it's a young quarterback back there. It's also a second-year quarterback right along with Ritter over there, but this is at home. I'm going to go with the Commanders. I'll ride with that. I'm going to go with the Commanders because their defense is more used to what they're supposed to be doing, right? So I'm going to roll with the Commanders on this. The 42.5, I think this is going to be an under game.
Okay.
Who you got?
Give me the Falcons to keep it rolling here.
Why is that?
I just think that Texas running back man is going to light them up. No, I don't like the quarterback. Can't trust him, to run that offense efficiently. I think this might be, a low-scoring game. I could definitely see, a win by 3 or something like that for the Falcons, a kick or something like that to win it. But, yeah, I just can't trust that quarterback to run that offense efficiently, and Falcons can win this. They have the defense, I think, to stifle that offense and not let them move it. Commanders have a decent defense as well, but give me Falcons in a close one.
Yeah, Falcons for sure. Bieniemy is not doing a good job over there in Washington, by the way. That offense doesn't look very sexy, so.
What? No.
Yeah, I called that. I said that.
1,400 yards from Howell.
Yeah, you have to when you're playing from behind. Next up, Seahawks and Bengals. They have Cincinnati winning this by 3, favored by 3.
There's something weird in the Bengals air, right? Like there's something. It doesn't feel good, even with the wins that they do have. It feels like I've been seeing reports. I don't know how true they are 100%, but I've seen some reports where the coach and Jamar have went at it, like in practice. I understand it looks like they're force feeding him the fucking ball, like a stupid amount.
Yep.
I don't know if you can actually, and to the point where like T. Higgins isn't even touching the fucking ball. Like one of the most talented receivers in the league, in Higgins. He's an athletic freak, also, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel balanced. It doesn't feel good. Something doesn't feel right, and I don't know what the fuck it is. So, I think and they're very wishy-washy, the Bengals this year. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with the Seahawks on the road. They're playing very hard. They're coming off a bye. And I like the way I watched a little bit of that, too. I picked him up, too. I think he's going to eventually get himself some more carries. I'm not going to say 50-50, but that Charbonnet runs really fucking hard.
Yep. Yeah.
I love Kenneth Walker. Like we're all Kenneth Walker guys, right? There's no doubt there. But I mean, he runs so hard that you should be preventing some wear and tear on Kenneth too. But
yeah, for sure.
They're playing hard. They're playing up. Go Seattle.
Yeah, I got Seahawks too, man.
Yeah, me too. I think
clean sweep.
Might be an ugly game, but yeah. Give me the Seahawks. Something's not right. The Bengals, I agree there for sure.
They can't target Chase 19 times.
Something's crazy.
Again, either.
So neither one of you guys can put your finger on it either? Something just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if it's...
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he's been banged up or whatnot, and it just isn't right yet, but...
Yeah. Next up, we got Colts Jaguars. It says Jacksonville by 4-point favorite.
I think that the Jaguars have found themselves to a certain extent. They have more to even prove on offense. They can still elevate even more. They can go. Trevor Lawrence can play even better than what he has. He hasn't played like out of this. Anyone that drafted him in fantasy is not happy. That's for damn sure, right? But I saw a little bit in their overseas. So I'm gonna go with Jaguars. I think they're starting to kick the rust off now.
Yeah, I got Jaguars too.
And to cover.
Yeah, give me Jacksonville by a touchdown. Gardner Minshew in. They've been nothing but trying to run old boy, the rookie, whatever. They gave him first reps right out the gate, so it's not the same guy like getting split reps. So, yeah, give me Jacksonville for sure.
Yep, Jacksonville for show.
Did you see you said Minshew's out, right?
No, the rookie. Richardson is out.
Oh, Richardson's out.
Yep. He's on IR, actually. Okay. So.
Well, isn't it kind of a revenge game then for Minshew?
Ish. Panthers.
Don't care.
Panthers, Dolphins. Miami by 14 right here. I'm just going to say right now, they're going to cover that. Dolphins are. This team is bad. Panthers are bad.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk, man, right?
Yeah. Kind of wish Bryce Young could grow taller.
Yeah, that's not even the problem. They
have
no
quarterbacks.
Talent
no, on this one, because he's even smaller than them ones, he does show what they see. And if you guys watch some of how he throws, he does show what they should be drafting. I just wish he was, we'll go with a higher. But, there isn't anything to talk about here. It's clearly covering I think they're covering the 14. They may go over the 47.5, and most of them will be by the Dolphins.
They may try to drop another 70 burger here.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. There a lot of people going out. Miami's even like all their running backs are out. So next up,
system.
I got Vikings, Bears, Minnesota by 3.
Go ahead,
both 1
Danny
and 4.
G.
Go ahead, Danny G.
I don't like when we play the Bears ever.
Yeah.
I think there's a really good shot that the Bears win this game, so I'll take the Bears.
I don't know if we have what it takes to keep Justin Fields in line if he starts scrambling. We generally, historically, don't do well with scrambling quarterbacks. I'm going to throw one more final out there just to keep everyone intrigued, thinking that we're not going to tank or anything like that. Vikings win this and it will be by 3. It will be by a field goal.
Okay.
DJ Moore is going to have like 300 receiving yards.
Dude. No, Harrison Smith going to hit him.
Yeah, this one, give me the Bears. Justin Fields, last couple games, he's kind of turned it on, turned it up. He's finding the guys he needs to. Give me the Bears in a close one.
I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like. That is a ridiculous fucking low on over-under.
Cold and rainy.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay. 43.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Bears in a close one. I think Justin Fields is kind of finding his niche, and like I said, I've always said, when the game gets crazy, I don't think Kirk can deal with that. I think it's got to be everything to game plan, and this could get,
sloppy.
We're trying to, where it's a race to the finish,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be a race to the finish, and so, yeah. Next
got
up, I got 49ers, Browns, San Fran by 9.5. 49ers going to smoke them. This is going to be by double. This is going to be by double digits easily.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter how they do it either. It could be Purdy still lighting it up, or it could be a run game all day. Even if it's sloppy, I don't give a shit. It don't matter. This is Niners.
36. Gross.
It must be shitty weather. It's got to be. I haven't looked at it. Must be shitty weather up here in the Northeast going on. I'm going Niners by fucking double that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to disrespect the Browns defense either. I just don't think the offense without no Chubb and even the outside shot of a Deshaun.
Next up, Saints and Texans. New Orleans by 1.5. What do you think?
I'll throw it out there. I'm gonna swing it out there, Texans. I told you guys I was a huge CJ Stroud guy. I know you guys remember that when I was talking about that, but then his score scared me. Remember that score that they were talking about? I'm like, well, fuck, maybe. But I was a huge CJ Stroud guy, and he has so far proven me to be right. I mean, he has his lumps as a rookie, but very humble dude. Justin Fields needs to learn how to do a fucking post press conference interview off of this guy. Texans. Texans win.
Yeah, give me the Saints. Everybody's getting healthy. I think Kamara's he's gonna have a big game. Yeah, give me the Saints by a tutty.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints. High scoring game. Texans will try to stay with them, just won't be able to. Right within 10 or so, keep it with under 10. But in a high scoring game, I think it's gonna be definitely them lighting it up.
So you're taking the over?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because it's 42.5?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I think, Saints, they're getting healthy. Everybody's getting healthy right now. I think Texans are starting to find their identity on offense and move that ball. He's always spreading it around pretty well. So give me a high-scoring game on that one. Patriots, Raiders, Las Vegas by 3.
Gross.
Yuck. I was like, yeah, fuck.
I don't even know. I'm going to go with the Patriots. I'm going to shock you with this one. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Can it be a
Because
tie?
I know.
Oh,
This is going to be ugly. If Mac Jones doesn't turn any version of offense out, there's no way Bill Belichick goes. Either that or Bill Belichick's going for the number 1 overall pick. One of the two is happening. Patriots defense will be just enough to stifle Garoppolo, and Josh Jacobs has been non-existent this year so far, has he not?
Yeah.
Riding the defense on this one, and maybe Mac Jones finds a little something.
you realize that defense has given him 72 points the last 2 games, right?
He'll get it figured out against Jimmy G-led team.
Okay. Yeah, give me the Raiders by like a point,
Yeah.
like 10-9 or some stupid shit. Like it's going to be gross.
Yeah.
That might be the worst game to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not wanting. No way. Like it.
Give me the Raiders.
Red zone that ain't
3-2.
touching the TV screen, right?
Ugly 3-2 game.
3-2.
Give me I'll take the Raiders. It's gonna be not. Yeah, this will be. This will be a rough game to watch. Next up, I got Lions and Buccaneers. It says Detroit favored by 3. Interesting. 4-1 against 3-1.
I got the Bucks in a very, very close one. The defense being a little bit different, and I'm going by the weather down south, which tends to affect people a little more when you're not used to being down there. No other thing other than that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lions, but because of their defense, not because of their offense. Goff doesn't play great away. I don't think it's going to be a real exciting game to watch. And I know, I think they said Evans is back. He should be good, but he's got some lingering shit. I don't think they'll be able to hang. I think the Lions do take care of this.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Lions, too, in a relatively close game. I think they do cover that 3 points, though.
Okay.
Cardinals, Rams. Rams by 7.
Rams, Cardinals cover, though, because they've been doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. The roster is garbage, but for some reason, they keep playing way up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm gonna roll Rams, but Cardinals to cover 3.
Yeah, I like that call. Rams to win, Cardinals to cover. I think this will be another game that will be kind of ugh.
Yeah, there's a little too much of that in this week right here.
I actually feel like this could be the surprise game where it scores way more points than you expect, like a 30-27.
No, they're on their like 5th string running back.
It's 47 and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Cardinals are dinged up everywhere, and they're not a good team. They were hanging until last week when they got beat up by a not-so-great Cincy team.
Yeah.
I feel like the wheels are starting to fall off, and they're not going to be great, but they're going to have to come back and score points. Stafford's got his weapons. They're going to score a lot of points. Like, I think that's what I mean. Like, I think there's going to be some points scored in this game, but I do have the Rams for sure.
Okay. Eagles, Jets, Philly by 6.5. Wow, really?
That's it?
Philly still hasn't, and you know why it is. It's literally because they still have not put out that stupid game that they have the potential to doing, which is scary. Philadelphia, right here. That I just saw. That's who I mixed up. Sauce Gardner's out with a concussion. Mm-hmm. I'm rolling with Philly. Philly is going, and it's going to be by way more than that too.
You think it starts clicking this week for them?
I do.
Really
I think
clicking?
the offense, like everything will kind of like bat. Like all the offense will be there. The defense will be there. Because even the one great offensive game they had all around, receiving, running, the whole works, even borderline passing, their defense was letting the other team up in the game too. So like I think this is going to be that stupid game right here that we'll be talking about Zach Wilson again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to justify why it would be closer, but I don't think it's going to be. I think Philly's going to beat him up.
Yeah, I think me too. Philly's going to beat them up. They're going to make that run game non-existent, and then Zach Wilson with the ball in his hands is dangerous in a bad way. So,
is the rookie defensive lineman for Philly, is he out or is he going to play? That could be a big deal. I know he missed practice.
I think they're so deep it ain't going to matter.
Yeah.
And
I know you're trying to look for
that
something.
Front seven's so deep.
Danny,
I'm trying.
You're trying so hard right now. They have like 17 defensive linemen.
Oh
they're
my God,
good,
yeah,
bro.
They're so good.
I know you're trying though. Jets are appreciating you for that.
Yeah, they're like, please. Giants, Bills, Buffalo by 15. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Daniel Jones is out. Everybody's out for the Giants here. I don't even know why they made this a night game. They should flex it.
It's too. I think they do it. I think it's by whatever week they start doing that. Buffalo by 14, not 15.
You Giants cover it, okay?
Giants covering.
Giants run in and get a field goal at the last second.
Yeah,
to make
something
sure they get
stupid.
inside,
It's
yeah.
Tyrod rolling out there, so it's a little different look than what they're going to be used to. Daniel Jones has been really bad, and the offensive line has been really bad. But you know what the difference is? Tyrod is used to, like, he's not even going to be trying to look for a read. He's going to run. Daniel Jones can run, but Daniel Jones is trying to make a read.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Bills definitely win this.
Yeah,
for sure. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk. Yeah,
Cowboys, Chargers, Dallas by 1.5, Monday night game.
Oh, I was going to ask Rio about his Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's something so weird.
I can answer this for you.
Kick it off, Rio.
Chargers going to win this game. Okay,
Oh.
Dallas, until they show me something different, you can't even, get your star involved in a game that you're getting blown out, that you
insane.
have to pass. You can't, and here's the thing. Dak had protection. He had some time to throw, and he's still making – and I think off the train, Dak's a bad quarterback, I think he's showing why he's a fourth-round quarterback. No matter even if it's – and I get some of those two late interceptions were just him trying to throw in the game. But that other one, the one was really bad. Throw into double coverage, No need to on first down. Like, why are you fucking taking that shot? There's no need to take that shot. Clean pocket. You had time, and you throw in a double. Like, okay, yeah, let's. I think he's showing his fourth round. Why he was taken in the fourth round. You know, he'll be a. I mean, do I think he started in the National Football League?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, for somebody, but you know,
Super Bowl.
No, I don't think he can lead anybody over the hump. The team has the talent. He had protection in San Fran. I watched the whole game. He had protection, making wrong reads, whatever it was. The coaching staff won't schedule, call the plays to get their stars involved. Yep. And then, this is why we will not, be in the playoffs this year.
I'm glad my man touched on it right there. I'm not.
The defense actually played pretty well, except for when you're always on the field in a bad field position. Yeah. It's gonna fucking happen.
Absolutely.
But
that's exactly what I want to touch on right there. I don't want to defend Dak too much because I'm not a big Dak guy, but it isn't all. Yes, he's the one throwing the ball into the double coverage and making the wrong reads and everything. This is literally Mike McCarthy. Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy has never been a good offensive mind. No. He may be able to draw a play up, I guess, but go back. I've been a Vikings fan for God knows how long. When he was with the Packers, when he was the play caller, if Aaron Rodgers wasn't checking out of that into something else, they were not moving the ball. When they were going on those losing streaks, he was calling the plays. That was literally him. The RELAX, that was like that losing streak before he said that. That is him making the play calls. Right. Mike McCarthy is not a good head coach. He's definitely not an offensive coordinator.
Dak's not a good quarterback either. I mean,
you put both of them together, then this is what we get.
It's just horrible. He won't use his legs even when he should. I mean, and that may be from the injury. I don't know, but
But that being said, I am going Dallas in this game. I'm going Dallas in this game because the only worst coach in this game is that dude on the other side.
On the other side.
That dude has made such shitty ass calls still, even to this moment, because I've caught a few of these games already. They played Minnesota. He's lucky Minnesota shit the bed.
Yeah.
He's lucky Minnesota fumbled the fuck out of the ball. He made horrible calls, and he still makes horrible calls. This is a game of which coach can outshit themselves the more.
Who can fuck this up the most.
That's hilarious.
Where you got, Danny?
That's exactly where I was going to kick it off. Is like the battle of the worst head coaches.
Thank you.
Well, besides Arizona,
get his ass out of here. We want Dan Quinn, baby, and then Trey we trust.
There you go.
Trey. It's tough because the Chargers have injuries for wide receivers, right? But it sounds like Austin Eckler's going to be back, and that's fucking huge for them.
Yep.
Dallas's defense is so good. If they can at least hang around, they've got a shot to win the fucking game. I see the Chargers winning by like 3 in a really close game. One of the coaches is going to make a really bad bonehead decision.
I feel like we're going to have a chat about that, right? There's going to be one or the other.
We're going to do something stupid. Yep.
Yeah.
I just think their defense, the Cowboys' defense, is a lot more special, even missing their corner. I really do, and the Dan Quinn on this one. Dan Quinn may will them to this, and I love me some Herbert too. But at some point, you can't throw him 3 million times, and that's what Staley in this offense tends to do, and then he makes horrible calls that end up costing him later on anyway. So that's the reason why I sit there. I'm setting the defense on this one, and the Chargers never play up to their potential, especially on the defensive side. So they may make Dak look like a Pro Bowler again.
Let's go. Then I'm back on board.
But yes, I tell you what, though, if they do lose again, there's going to be some shit. Like, we're going to start seeing some players pissed off and, like, being maybe honest about Dak and stuff.
Well, you don't trade for a Pro Bowl receiver and target him, like, once.
Right.
Like,
no,
what the fuck?
I agree.
You don't have a Pro Bowl receiver and, like, fucking basically don't throw him at all. He's non-existent. You just don't fucking do that shit.
Right.
What the fuck?
I just think there's...
Why is your $1 million quarterback thrown to a fucking second-year tight end all the time?
All the time.
Why?
There's these underlying things that we started to see before
the tight end's
the season,
not nothing special. He's not like a Kyle Pitts or something like that. Like, he's nothing special.
Yeah.
It's like, why is...
Not even Dalton Schultz.
Agreed, man. We saw that shit like before the season where they were talking shit to Dak, they were hitting him when they shouldn't have been, and all that stuff. And now, like, I feel like a couple losses that shouldn't be how they are, like, really, that shit's gonna bubble up, and we're gonna see more of that.
You touched on this very heavily before this started, right? You said that this doesn't happen to starting quarterbacks in training camp, not like that. right? And that also shows like the no respect for Mike McCarthy on that aspect too. So it already starts showing itself that it's more of a player-led team to a certain extent. I think the defense has their defensive coordinators back, right?
Yeah.
They play to that.
Yep.
I just don't think anyone else respects
McCarthy
or Dak,
Yep.
and
Or
they
Dak,
did
yep.
nothing to staple that down to be like, no,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
our fucking guy.
Exactly.
Get your
Junior
shit
high,
together.
Right, what do we say? Don't touch the fucking quarterback.
Right,
Whatever.
do
I don't
not.
care. Right, even if the whistle we aren't able to blow the whistle fast enough, you hand touch the quarterback and that's it.
Yep.
Like, you don't hit him.
Pretty clear cut, right?
Yeah, pretty
Like
clear
that's,
cut. Everywhere.
I think that's been the same message even as far back as when I played. It doesn't. You don't touch the quarterback in practice.
And that wasn't some bum, okay, that did it.
Right.
That was your best player, period.
Ooh,
right.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
No.
And that was second best player.
Trayvon,
Third best player.
Mackay?
Yeah.
No, who hit him? Wasn't it Parsons that hit him?
It was
No,
Parsons
no.
that hit him.
Yeah.
hit him.
No, it was I thought it was the corner that hit him.
No.
No.
Shit.
The corner picked him off multiple games
In-
multiple times and talked
Maybe I didn't
shit.
see that one.
But the one where Mackay was actually sacking him in practice.
Oh. I thought you were talking about when he called him a bitch ass little boy. To sit
That was
down.
Diggs.
That
that
was
was-
Diggs.
that was
That was
Diggs.
Diggs.
Yeah.
That was Diggsy.
But yeah,
Shit's
Yeah.
wild, man.
shit is wild. Yeah, I can't wait to get rid of him. The coach.
The coach.
You know, I'd be willing to roll it back a little longer. He's earned some time to go through some growing pains. I
Yeah.
think. But
Is he done this year then?
who,
McCarthy?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'd be. The defense is so good, so I couldn't say I'd be shocked to make the playoffs. But if the offense doesn't do something else, then we won't make it.
If you don't win a playoff game,
We don't win a playoff game,
then he's gone. Okay,
I
that's
think-
where your line is. Then
I think if we don't get to the Super Bowl, he's gone. Honestly, yeah.
Oh,
I think the talent, and if he's not that stupid of Jerry, I think you have so much talent on both sides of the ball. Honestly,
Yeah.
you have so much talent.
you do. You rebuilt that
if-
offensive line pretty quickly.
Offensive
actually.
line, you brought in weapons on the offense. You have the pieces. If you can't make something happen with it, you deserve to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Dan Quinn's team.
There we go.
He's earned it, man.
Yep.
So, Jimmer, I know you had a story. Is your part 2 from the other night? Was there a supervisor? Was that the word I was supposed to say?
That's one I was going to.
okay.
I already love it already.
I'm gonna. I was gonna say I might leave it alone for a minute.
Please, for the love of God.
So it even got backed even more. We got an email. I got an email.
I was gonna say something.
I was. I may still comment back. This may still happen. Like I'm about enough. All right. So, Danny G,
My boy.
you have a company that is you lost your supervisor that went to a family business, and that's the reason why he left. Had nothing to do with how anything was run upstairs and how you were constantly under stress, unnecessary stress from like a senior plant manager, right? So get this kind of into your head. He's moved on, and since then it's been over.
You're not really disguising anything, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right, no,
well,
keep going.
I didn't say no names. I didn't say what company.
Perfect. Cargill.
Cargill, little Cargill.
I like your hat. Anyway.
So, been well over a month. It's been 6 weeks or longer. Couple months.
Hates that place. He does
Repping.
Hey, dude, I do like the hat. Dude. Hey, he got us a good hat.
He did for once.
It was pizza.
It
yeah.
wasn't some piece of shit.
Yeah, it was a good hat, so I do rock it. So it's been a couple months since he's left. We finally got a supervisor named.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, baby. We're supposed to. The rumblings have been around. It was supposed to be a supervisor and then a warehouse manager of some kind. Then it got changed to something else. Then it got changed. It was supposed to be 2 supervisors with a supervisor we already have there. Now we go to just 2 supervisors. Now, Danny G, if you're running a company, my friend, and you have you have half of your workforce inside your plant have we'll say nicely conservatively 10 years plus of experience in the plant, right? High majority of those ones know probably every room. Pretty damn close. There's a couple that don't, but you know what I'm getting at.
Sounds like there's a good selection of guys to pick from.
Right.
Sure,
And then
yeah.
let's say you have a couple that we'll say like a few that put in for that too. Put in for that supervisor position. Okay?
Yeah.
Would you roll with one of those type of cats, or would you go I guess I'm more curious before I finish it. Would you go more like that? Or maybe you feel like you need some new blood pumped in. So would you go off the street for one? And I don't care what your answer is. This isn't a dig. I just want to know, honestly, like even if you felt like something was weird inside the plant.
No, I feel like you gotta promote within, man. Especially if they know what they're doing. They've been around for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the move.
Okay, now what if instead of that person being brand new from outside, never been there, how about somebody that's only been there 6 months and only knows one room and has never been signed off on a room in any way, shape, or form, over those 3 guys or so that have 10 plus years experience and know how to run every single room?
Yeah, that would be.
Which way would you go?
I hope nobody would do that. That would be a bad decision if they did that. Yeah.
Which would be that bad decision?
Somebody that knows one room and hasn't been there
Okay.
very long. Because this is a supervisor, right? So somebody that's going to be overseeing the entire
Whole
plant,
production.
I'm assuming, okay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't make sense.
What do you mean it
Wouldn't
what?
Yeah,
if you
wouldn't
don't
make sense.
think about it.
It does make sense if you don't think about it. So I guess I got to back up and not think about it. So maybe it
Right.
does.
So, how about the same individual that is in the running for it also runs into our brand new packaging machine? And I'm talking about this thing is only months old. In fact, he's only been there 6 months. He trained on the other one before we even got the new one. That's how new
Holy
this other
shit.
this machine is. And he runs into it with a forklift.
And there may have been something said about do not drive a forklift into the room or by the bagger or near the bagger at all.
Shut up.
And then when he's confronted about it, maybe that same individual even says, "What are they gonna do? Take my birthday? Take my Christmas?"
What? Shut the fuck up.
There's no way they pick him for a supervisor, though, right?
No way. There's no way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what they did. They picked Bob Reichs to go ahead and be our supervisor. And this man is going to overlook, and sadly enough, in the email we got today, it's worded pretty damn clear to me that he's going to oversee all of anything to do with production. Even the dude that has the more supervisor, obviously, is actually like his peon in a way. That's how I read this fucking thing. Yeah. This guy has no respect from anybody on the floor either. Like, this isn't even close. This is 90+%. This is brand new people that don't like him. I don't know if they think, so when you question them about it, it's like, well, we need a new voice. We need someone that holds people accountable and what our goals are. And he also had a supervisor title before. Man. Now, let me add some more juice to this, okay? Because I'm still...
the boxes.
Yeah, so I'm
Let
still...
it off your shoulders, bro.
I'm still not done, okay? Still not done.
What the fuck?
Because our senior plant manager is such a narcissistic piece of shit that he actually believes he's making the right decision on a regular basis all the time. There's no way. And if he ever makes the wrong decision, it wasn't his fault. It was somebody else's, right? Always was.
Always. Of course.
This guy they chose, who had a supervisor title, was right here. He was at IMT at one point as a supervisor. Ask me why he's not at IMT anymore.
Well, I would hope the company would know why said person isn't at IMT, but go ahead and educate us.
He got fired. He didn't leave. He got fired for a temper.
Oh, that sounds like a good guy to be a
Which
leader.
is multiple times. Like, they don't just fire you just for having a temper your first time, right? Not even, probably even your second or third time, depending on what the action actually is, right? Mm-hmm. But then the other job he had that had some version of a title, he walked away from, right, and just literally quit. Because he's like, you guys didn't do anything to do with taking care of stuff, something to do with safety or whatever. You guys didn't do any of the things I told you to do, and the walkthrough is about to happen, the investigation or whatever, and you didn't do anything. I'm just quitting. That is, and with the comments that he made, that is exactly what came out of a particular person's mouth for explanation to me was, we need somebody with a new voice and what we want done and accomplished. I'm like, that's the voice you want? Someone that says what are you going to do? Take my birthday and my Christmas, also has a hot head and got fired already, and has walked out on another job. That's what you want for your leader on the floor to instruct your new employees and even to guide your older employees to bring them together. That's what you want.
Lead
Yes.
me when I'm in the mood to be led.
Yeah. Lead me only when I want to. Does that make any sense to you?
If you don't think about it, yeah.
If you don't
Holy
think about it, it
shit.
makes perfect sense because that's exactly the arrogant piece of shit that our senior plant manager is. That is the type of person he is. Narcissistic piece of shit and at grade A. I don't care. I hope they listen to the whole goddamn thing. This dude, this email was so ridiculous. And then he does this little bullyism too in there. If anyone, because he brings that up later, there's a lot of conversation of anyone that doesn't like the new hire as supervisor. I tell them to look themselves in the mirror or some bullshit like that and to challenge yourself and this, that, and the other. And if you have a problem with it, you can come talk to me. So a little bit of bullyism up in this bitch because nobody's going to come say anything. Well,
Right.
certain people won't.
Certain people won't.
Yeah.
And high majority of people won't. So you're basically it's basically your way of shut the fuck up. That's what the statement was, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you take that how you would take that statement? You shouldn't say that because one of the guys that put in for it is right here. And he got made a lead. Good enough to be a lead, but you're not good enough to be a supervisor because you never had the title before.
Yeah.
But you pick a guy that it's an insult. It's an insult that we believe that someone off the street basically can't come in and do this job. Why do they need to know every part of production? It's a production supervisor. What?
Oh, shit, dude.
Psycho, right? I'm not going nuts,
No,
or does that just sound stupid to you?
That's dumb as hell.
Okay, I didn't know if maybe I am. Maybe I'm going crazy.
You're not.
It's just like, oh my fuck. I'm not even upset about it. I actually do laugh at this. This whole thing is comical to me. And I actually can't wait for it to fucking fold within itself. And it's going to be so comical. And it's already shown flashes already. And he only's been up there for like 3 days, whatever the fuck it was. It'll be short-lived. Cannot wait. And it just makes sense if you don't think about it.
That it does.
Holy shit. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, baby. We're just along for the ride.
We should
I'm not even
keep
shocked
things
anymore.
interesting.
Actually, I wasn't shocked. I bank on them making the wrong decision way more times than making the right decision.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't surprise me. Mm-hmm. It's not even a coin flip anymore. Actually, at least at one point in time, it used to be more a coin flip. Like, what kind of mood is this guy in?
Right.
When we walk in.
It's also lazy when companies do that. They're like, well, I wanted the title in the resume. Like, so did you not talk to the other people? Do you not understand what they've done or, you know what I mean, are willing to do for the position? No, you just want to make sure they had the title before. What the fuck does that tell you? That doesn't tell you anything.
Well, I told her. I already told one person. I was like, my wife should have filled out for that. She's been a manager and she has been supervisor.
Right.
It shows that you can be loyal to the company, but it does make a difference to them. You
Right.
know? Like loyal by staying, right, and doing your job and continuing to, learn, do whatever, to learn the processes out on the floor and stuff.
No, for you, yeah. But what he's saying is like just having the title don't mean anything to coming in up from your previous job.
I'm
like
just saying,
I'm like why? Because
advancement. There's just none.
right. Because by loyalty, right there, he's already left one other job and got fired from another one. So obviously he has an issue. Why would you look at that? Why wouldn't you look at someone that has been there?
Right.
Like, why wouldn't he? Okay, homeboy ain't going nowhere, and he can be beneficial. We can mold him. He's still young enough, as in, like, if we're talking about Rio in this particular instance, he's still young enough. We can still mold him. I mean, he's used to having dudes' hands around his hips. He's used to this.
Right. It makes sense.
I didn't mean that in a bad way. I meant wrestling, I'm sure.
It's 2023. It's cool.
It's cool. But makes sense if you don't think about it. I'm good now.
Definitely does, man. Holy shit.
Well, Bob Reichs. He's going to have a good run.
Miss him.
This could be the shortest lived management member I've ever seen. And I've seen some doozies,
You
man.
need to put up a board and just have like dates.
Oh, I already have a bet. As soon as we found out about one, I just looked right over at Marv. I'm like, you just want to pay me that 20 now? He's like, yeah, actually, I may just do that. He's like, I didn't realize it because there's already been one little thing already.
What the fuck?
I'm like, you guys just need to let it go. He's going to think he can get away with it, and then eventually it's going to get so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't wait. I'll be sitting there eating popcorn, laughing my ass off.
Just sitting back in the corner.
Yeah.
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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and start to wrap her up. So those of you beautiful people who found us out on the interwebs, Be sure to like, subscribe, share the whole 9 yards. We really appreciate it. But speaking of that, Jimmer, where's the podcast available?
Anywhere and everywhere podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. YouTube.
You got your brain a little scrambled there telling that story, man.
I did.
You're
No,
all
I tried
fired
to
up.
I tried to razzle it up.
Nah,
We-
that's how he is these days.
It's just
a
like
little
these
bit,
days.
yeah.
But speaking of stories, we do love to tell a good story. If you've got one that you want us to share, go ahead and slide on in.
To our DMs, get us that story and get it out to all the folks that want to hear it. You know, we do as well. We can omit names, anything like that, or we can just leave it all the same. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So get that story out to us, and we'll get it out to everyone that wants to hear it.
Let's go. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is 3 Week Sports.
We out.
Discussions, I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, damn it, look, I got it right.